Hey y'all, what's good, what's poppin'? So for today's video, I wanted to sit down and film a makeup video, but I didn't really have a tutorial or anything like that in mind. Today I kind of wanted to just sit down and do a casual little video and just show you guys a part of my makeup collection. I kind of got the idea to do this over the past couple months when I was just cleaning up and decluttering and reorganizing and all that during the downtime I had. And I had the idea to sit down and film a series where I kind of just sit down and talk about some of my favorite staple makeup products in different categories. So for today's video, I wanted to highlight my lip products specifically because I feel like lip products are something I never really talk about specifically in my makeup videos. I kind of just tack them on at the end of tutorials or stuff like that, but I've never done a dedicated review on a lip product or really gone in depth on one. I kind of wanted to sit down and just go through some of my favorite lip products with you guys and just, I don't know, just have a casual video. Let me know if you guys like that idea for a series, maybe on makeup products I like from different categories. Like I could do a foundation video, a concealer video, eyebrow product video, all that sort of stuff. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Before we get into it though, I do just want to say thank you to all my new and returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for patiently waiting for me to upload new content, and I just want to thank you so much for your continued support. And if you haven't already and you want to stay up to date on my content, just make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell button so you get a notification every time I upload. And with that being said, let's get into the video. There's no reason for the order that I'm mentioning these products. I just decided to write a list down with some bullet points on what I wanted to touch on each product. That way I could keep the video concise and make sure I got my thoughts across. So the first product I want to talk about is this Lila B Divine Duo Lip and Cheek, and this is in the shade Be Lovely. I just want to say I'm the first person to say packaging should never influence your decision with buying a product, but I really do just want to shout out this packaging because it's really wonderful, really well thought out. It comes in this sleek pebble design. It's really solid. It looks really small, but it feels pretty heavy for the size. So when you close it shut, there's like a magnet that keeps it in place, so if you throw it in a bag or something, it's not going to fly open and get all over your stuff in the bag, which is really nice. And then I really love that it has this swivel design to just open it up and it reveals the product inside. So this is the product. This is the shade Be Lovely. Now the product described this shade as a nude slash beige shade. I'll be the first person to tell you I don't know anything about colors, but I'm like 110% sure, and I'm sure y'all can agree that this is not a beige shade. And some of the reviews actually did mention that even though the website does say it's beige, it's not a beige shade, but one of the reviews said it was more of a terracotta nude. I don't really know the best way to describe it. That's what I'm gonna go with. It's a terracotta nude, and I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this on my arm so you can see. Hopefully I do this right. I tried this video before and the swatch situation was a mess, so hopefully I get it right this time. So here is the Lila B Be Lovely. I know when I see the video back when I'm editing, it comes across a little different than how it looks on the monitor. On the monitor it came across pretty pink, but I think in real life it actually has a nice blend between pink and brown. It's a very natural shade for my lips. I really like that. It's one of those shades that's so close to my natural lip shade that I can pile it on pretty heavy and it doesn't look crazy on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and start applying it to the lips now. Now, one thing I will say about this, because it is designed to be a lip to cheek, it's not a specifically lip product. It doesn't have an applicator or anything like that for you to apply it with, so you just have to apply it with your finger. You can apply it with a lip brush if you happen to have that, but personally I don't, so I apply it with my fingers, and I'm sure that's how a lot of people would apply it. It can get a little messy if you're not careful with the application. So this is what it looks like, about 2 layers built up. As you can see, it's a very natural, nice nude shade on me. I don't know if it's gonna set completely on camera. It does have a cream to powder thing going on. It does set to a satiny matte finish. It's not completely matte, but it does noticeably set from when you apply it. It goes on very moist, but then it does dry down. But it also has aloe, agar, and coconut oil, so even though it does dry down to a matte finish, it's not drying on the lips. It's not gonna cause any cracks or anything like that, which I really love. And because it has a cream to powder thing going on for it, it's also very long lasting. As long as you're not like drinking or eating or anything like that, it can last for a pretty long time on the lips. Sticking with the same brand, the next product I want to highlight is this Lila B Lovingly Tinted Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Be Elegant. So this is another nude shade. I don't know if I mentioned it, but these are all nude lip products. I don't really venture outside of nudes. I just love nude lip products. So this is a lip oil. It contains bilberry seed oil, which is hydrating and antioxidant rich. It has a nice glossy finish, which I really love. I kind of prefer something with a satin to glossy finish. I don't really like a true matte finish. I just don't like how that looks or feels on my lips. Oh, I gotta swatch it on my arm first. So here it is swatched on my arm. As you can see, compared to the lip and cheek, it is a little bit more on the brown side, which I really love. I love a pinky brown nude, especially if it leans a little bit more brown than pink. I don't like a true pink nude. There's gotta be some brown going on. So that is one layer applied to my lips. As you can see, even with just one layer applied, it is very pigmented. It is extremely opaque. It is noticeably browner on the lips compared to the lip and cheek, which I really love. I prefer this shade to the lip and cheek cheek actually. I wasn't really sure about it at first, but it's grown on me, and this is actually one of my favorite nudes. And like the lip and cheek product, it does last for a very long time. It doesn't really set in the same way, but as long as you're not eating or drinking or anything like that, it doesn't really slide off the lips. It stays put for the most part. The next product I want to highlight is this Fenty Beauty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. This is in the shade Latte Lips, so I'll go ahead and swatch this so you can see. So here's a pretty heavy swatch on my arm. When I apply it on my lips, it shears out a little bit, so it's not gonna be that opaque, but as you can see, compared to the other two swatches, it is a little bit more on the pink side. It does still have a little bit of that brown going on, but it leans a little bit more pink than brown. So this is a lip balm. It's very hydrating on the lips. It contains vitamin E and shea butter, both of which are very hydrating ingredients. And like I said, it is a little bit on the pink side, but it isn't too pink, and it does shear out very well, so it kind of just gives my lip a nice wash of color and livens them up a little bit, but doesn't make them look too pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the lips now. So this is what it looks like applied evenly to the lips. Like I said, it does shear out on the lips. It kind of just gives me a little bit of a pick-me-up color, but it doesn't completely overwhelm my lips. And because it is a balm, it is a very comfortable wear. It's not sticky at all. It just makes my lips feel very hydrated and smooth, and I feel like it does a better job of hydrating than the Lila Bee lip oil. It kind of plumps my lips out a little bit, whereas the lip oil doesn't really do that so much. So the next product I want to talk about is this Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Blush. This is in the shade Rose Latte. Now I know it's a cream blush, but it does say on the website that you can actually use this on your lips. I went ahead and swatched on my arm. Here it is. So this product is actually formulated to go on sheer and build up. I like that I can go ahead and go in with a light wash of color and then just build up to the intensity that I want. And it is technically a blush, so it's formulated to be sweat and water resistant, which makes it long lasting on the cheeks, and that also translates to it being long lasting on the lips as well. I find that again, as long as you don't eat or drink anything, it can last you throughout the day. And unlike the Lila Bee lip and cheek, it doesn't really set the same way like a cream to powder. It does settle a little bit, but it doesn't really completely dry down and mattify, but it does still feel very comfortable and balmy on the lips even after it's set. And this is what it looks like, pretty built up. I usually don't wear it this built up. I like it a little bit more sheared out. And again, same with the Lila Bee lip and cheek. It doesn't have an applicator like it would if it was just a lip product, so you got to be a little careful with your application, otherwise it can get a little messy if you're going outside your lip lines and stuff like that. The next product I want to talk about is this Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly, and this is in the shade Cashew. So this is one of their newest releases. This brand's been on my radar for a long time. I actually have a lot of products from them. I kind of want to do an in-depth video giving my thoughts on all the products from the brand I own. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. So they've actually had a range of lip jellies for a long time, but I think the original shades came in more bold colors like red, purple, bright pink, stuff like that. So I was kind of like, I'm not interested in these colors, but if they release any nude shades, like I'll definitely cop one right away. And they delivered. So as soon as they dropped this, I picked one up. Already, it's one of my favorite lip products for everyday wear. So here it is on my arm. Again, it is a very sheer lip product, so it works out to be a nice pick-me-up shade on my lips, and it's not too pink for my liking. I think the way this finishes on my lips is my favorite out of all these products, in my opinion. It gives you that true gloss finish. It gives you not only that shine, but it also plumps out your lips and fills in your lines, which is really nice. And even though it is a lip gloss, it's not really sticky like a lot of lip glosses tend to be. Like if I rub my lips together like this, there's no friction or anything at all. My lips aren't tugging on each other. It's just nice and smooth. It feels like a lip balm, honestly. So this has apricot oil, which has a high fatty acid content, and it also contains raspberry seed oil and vitamin E to enrich it with antioxidants. So this is probably my favorite formula for everyday wear. I really love the color of this. I really love how it finishes. I love how comfortable it is on the lips, and I love that it gives the extra antioxidant benefits. Next, I want to talk about this Ilia Multi-Stick, and this is in the shade Dreamer. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this a couple times on my channel, but I've never really done an in-depth dive on it, so I want to go ahead and talk about it now. So I'll go ahead and swatch it on my arm and show you. Here it is. As you can see, this is probably the brightest and one of the pinkest out of all the nudes that I have. The website describes it as a warm nude. So this contains avocado oil and vitamin E for an antioxidant boost. It also contains shea butter and cocoa butter, both of which are very moisturizing. I would describe the texture honestly as being like a lip balm, but it's just a little bit too pigmented for me to feel comfortable labeling it as a lip balm, but it is a very, very balmy texture. Honestly, if you had dried lips, even if they were a little cracked, you could throw this on. Not only would it not exaggerate cracked lips, but it would actually help hydrate hydrate and heal your lips. And I can speak to that firsthand. Like, I've definitely been there. Literally rubbing my lips together, it feels like butter. It's so smooth and hydrating. This is what the shade looks like on my lips. Like I said, it's the most bold and the most pink of all my nudes. All right, now I want to talk about two shades of the same product. So I want to talk about these Glossier Generation G lipsticks. I have two here. It's the two nude shades. So I have the shades Cake and Leo. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these on my arm. I feel like these nudes kind of round out my nude collection, and I'll show you what I mean. So here's the two Generation G's over on this side. So here's Cake. I feel like Cake isn't as bold of a color as the Ilia was, but as you can see, I feel like the Cake is still very pink. And then this is Leo, and as you can see, out of all my nudes, this is actually the brownest shade that I have. So I love wearing them for different purposes. I like the shade Cake more for like a daytime look versus Leo for a nighttime look. I feel like that's just how they wear best. So these are formulated to have dialed down pigmentation. They give you sort of like a blotted lip look, and it makes the shade more suitable to your natural lip color. They dry to a diffused matte texture, but they still dry very balmy and comfortable. I would say if you have dry lips before, I definitely wouldn't apply these bare to dry lips. I would definitely still recommend applying chapstick or something beforehand to hydrate your lips. But as long as your lips are properly hydrated and exfoliated, it's not going to dry your lips out. And these do start off very sheer, but they can be built up. So I'm going to go ahead and apply them to the lips now so you can see how they look. So this is the shade Cake. This is Cake on the lips. It is a pretty bold pink nude on me, but it's not as bold as the Ilia. It's not really a true matte. It's more of like a satin, but as you can see, it's not really shiny and glossy the same way the Ilia was, so it doesn't really draw your attention to the lips in the same way. I prefer this shade for more of a daytime look. All right, and then this is the shade Leo. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to my lips. So here's what Leo looks like built up a little bit on my lips. So as you can see, it definitely is the brownest of all my nude shades. It is a pretty bold nude as well, but it does work for my lips. It's not too dark or too pigmented to where it's not workable. I definitely do prefer it as a nighttime shade though. And then the last product I want to talk about, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on my channel before. It is this YSL Water Stain Lip Stain, and this is in the shade 610 Nude Underwater. Here's the YSL lip stain. It's kind of interesting because it looks super pink on my arm for some reason, but it doesn't really look all that pink on my lips. So here's what it looks like on my lips. Again, this is one of those products that I like to only apply one layer. You can build it up, but I just feel like it can start to look a little crazy after I apply more than one layer. So this formula consists of 40% water and gliding oils. So between that and some of the swatches I've seen on the website, that gave me the impression that it's going to be sort of like a glossy finish and it would be very hydrating on the lips, but it actually applies glossy initially but then dries down to more of a satiny matte finish. Before it completely sets, it does feel a little tacky, so you'll know when it's fully set when your lips don't really stick together anymore. And what I really love about this, as the name implies, it is a lip stain, so it actually leaves a subtle stain of color that adheres to your lips. So even if you're eating and drinking throughout the day and the lipstick itself washes off, it'll still leave a wash of color behind, so you still have a lip color throughout the day. And for that reason alone, this is probably one of my favorite lip products right now, just because I really love being able to just throw something on in the morning and not have to worry about touching up and have it last throughout the day. And this product definitely checks all those boxes. So yeah, that's the end of my lip product collection. I know this is a really short video, but I just wanted to sit down and kind of just go through some of my products because I've had this idea for a while and I just wanted to see what you guys thought. Let me know if you want me to continue this with other makeup categories, if you want me to do like a foundation video, if you want me to do like a concealer video, an eyebrow product video. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would be interested in me doing other videos like this. If you guys like this video, be sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, just make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell button so you can get a notification every time I upload a video and you can stay up to date on all my content. And with that being said, hopefully I'll be back shortly with a new video. Bye.